Okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, we are going to share a message today for the collective. Split the deck, Fool. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. Okay, so this is you practicing what you've learned. Okay, I feel like there has been a lot of, you may have been guided in this way, that way, this book, this reading. Follow this reader, follow this channel. Like, I feel like there's a lot of work being done, a lot of studying, a lot of applying, a lot of experimenting. I feel like this is you kind of working with the tools and wisdom and knowledge that you have access to. So this is really about like tapping into your conscious awareness, all right? I feel like there could be something that you're going to be working on. This might be something that you help teach others, okay, because you've learned it yourself. So for the sake of that, let's see what this is all about. All right, we're connecting with the intention to provide the clarity and insight, okay, for the highest and greatest good of all. We are surrounded in divine love, and so it is, and so it will be. So it's almost like you're someone who, as soon as you learn something, you share it with others. You're kind of like this channel in that way, however that plays out for you in your life. All right, I do have the Lovers. So this talks about choices. This talks about relationships. We have, Temperance. So this is about, like, again, being that peacemaker, okay? Bringing peace, harmony, okay, to the situation, especially when it comes to those that you come in contact with. You very much could be someone who is here in the energy to share this with those you come in contact with. I think I said that, but for some reason I feel like it's coming back around. I feel like, and then we have the King of Pentacles. I feel like, you being in this energy is really like bringing something from the etheric into the physical. All right, so this is kind of like you tapping into all kinds of conscious awareness and then sharing it with those here in the physical. This King of Pentacles can also represent you maybe starting your own business, having your own business. I feel like this also can represent someone on the external looking in. There could be like people may pay for the information you have and share as well. So let's get into this. What is this Lovers and the King of Pentacles? Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this is something that is going to represent your physical reality. It may not be here yet. I feel like this might be something coming in. This might have something to do with a dynamic, a relationship dynamic, one that might appear in the physical. You may connect in the spiritual. I do feel like there is some sort of like higher wisdom, knowledge, access, energy. Okay, I feel like there's the ability to exchange, transmute, manage energy at a high, higher realm energy. All right, can you give me some more information about this? I have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there's something that is destined and fated. I feel like it's some sort of union. I feel like maybe what you both have in common is that you're both earth angels here. And you're meant to connect and share what you have learned and your vibration, okay, on the physical realm. Okay, to kind of change the dynamics of people feeling like they don't have enough, they don't know enough, they're not experiencing enough. I feel like you're meant to kind of change that dynamic. The Wheel of Fortune is really talking about like creating change, or there's change coming in for you as it relates to who this might be, this King of Pentacles, or it could be a Queen of Pentacles, depending on who I'm reading for. Again, collective readings, so only take what resonates. All right, so I'm going to move the Wheel of Fortune down here. Okay, and then I just got the Empress. I mean, the Empress is here creating and nurturing. Okay, and is in a high vibration and is currently in their purpose and is on track. Okay, what I'm getting is like this Empress is on track, or this Divine Masculine is on track. I feel like there could be someone who sees like the potential in you to create something that would be foundational or legacy, or it's almost like could create an empire. I feel like there's some sort of like invested interest here, a high level invested interest. I'm also getting with the robe here, there could be some royalty, there could be some like, could be even somebody in another location, kind of like seeing you from a distance, okay? Because I don't feel like these two are in the same area. I'm also getting that. I'm also picking up that you might be kind of like holding out right now. It's not time yet. I feel like there's something that we're waiting for. I feel like this is the wheel, okay? The wheel is in motion, change, cycles, right? All things kind of playing out and waiting for closure, okay? So there could have been some sort of like hanging on until there's some sort of closure, some sort of cycle being closed. With the Chariot, I'm getting that this really is something that is supported by the universe, whatever the two of you are meant to do. I feel like this is something that is a partnership. And I feel like, again, with that destiny, the legacy, the generational wealth, like support of like, it's almost like you're being held, like handed the baton to continue for this existence. I feel like maybe you've had prior existences, and maybe in this one, the two of you are almost like picking up where you left off. Is that if that makes any sense? I do feel like you've had many incarnations with each other as well. So if any of you are picking up on energy of someone who you feel a close soul tie to, like soul family, okay, and you energetically already interact, okay, but maybe it's not presenting in the physical quite yet, I would say it's as a result of things still needing to close out, okay? I do feel like that's on the horizon here, okay? I feel like the experiences had so far have put you in a position and elevated you to divine feminine energy. I feel like this was necessary in order to bring harmony, peace to the situation, because I feel like this energy is meant to be shared on a grand scale. It's not something that one keeps to themselves. So it's almost like you're like a transmuter. So you very much could be taking in collective energy and transmuting it to love, to a higher vibration. It's like taking something that's hot and making it lukewarm and combining it with cold water. So if you can think about like that alchemical process of taking something in as its current status and then working with it and massaging it and managing it so that it becomes harmonious and there's a different outcome, okay? There's a different, something new is created as a result of it. So it's kind of like taking whatever it is and creating something new with it. I feel like that is something that has extreme value and worth. And I feel like there is this kind of like interest in this, or this is something that you help others do. I feel like there's a bit of what that magician, again, is the master teacher as well as the alchemist, okay? So I feel like you're learning all of these things and you are sharing all of these things, okay? And I do feel like whatever you're doing here is supported. I feel like this is in balanced energy as well with the light and the dark there. I do feel like you do have a lot of support, okay? If you feel like you're kind of maybe doing this alone right now, I feel like you have a lot of support. Let's see what else. We have the Emperor. All right, so we have Divine Femme, Divine Mask here. Okay, we kind of started off with the Lovers. All right, so I feel like you've had a past life with this energy, and I feel like the two of you are here in this lifetime to co-create with one another. I feel like this is destined. This is something that is meant to occur, but there are lessons to learn in order for this to come in. All right, so I feel like whatever lesson's been learned, it's closing out, and as a result of it closing out, I feel like this is you moving on and towards your destiny. Okay, what you're meant to create here, which is abundance. Okay, stability, security, you know, enough for future generations. I feel like you're restructuring, you're rebuilding. You possibly could be doing it better than those that came before you also, and you're meant to co-create with someone else. Okay, this is a partnership. I got the High Priestess, the Knight of Cups. What else do we have here? Okay, the World card, and then the King of Wands. All right, let's see here. I feel like the King of Pentacles is representing you, okay? The one I'm reading for, okay? So I feel like this is your experiences in relationships, okay? Left you with something that needed to be harmonized, alchemized, transcended, transmuted, whatever you want to call it, balanced out. I feel like as a result of this, you have gained quite amount of value. What you've learned is of high value. I feel like it might even change your trajectory when it comes to your physical existence. It's almost like you figured out how to manifest and materialize, okay, which is huge, okay, in this 3D reality. And I feel like everything you've experienced up until this very moment happened for that reason, okay, because you're meant to use it, okay, when you create with somebody else, okay. So I feel like everything's on track. You're ready to go. And here's that materialization. Here's that manifestation. Here's that probable legacy that you've been very focused on. And you've been doing a lot behind the scenes and maybe holding on to things a little tightly, but nonetheless. All right, this is you moving past the fear of lack, okay, and removing any kind of like financial blockages too. I feel like that was related to you not feeling like you were enough, and it was tied to a past karmic cycle, which you have overcome as the Empress. So I feel like whatever that was, that's closed out, and you're moving on towards abundance because you figured it out as the Magician and the Empress, okay? And then I have the Emperor, okay? And I have the High Priestess. I have a Knight of Cups, and I have the World card. And then I have this King of Wands. So I'm like, what is all this? I would say that I feel like there is someone else, and there's someone in the mix here, okay, being represented as the Emperor, that also has the ability to tap in, okay, is also very strong in their spiritual abilities, okay. I'm not taking this as a feminine or masculine energy. I'm just taking it for what it is, and it's being represented as having this unconscious awareness, as well as like things that are unhidden, unseen, maybe not known to the masses. I feel like the two of you have these abilities, okay? All right, and you're using them in the present moment in some way, shape, or form. And eventually you're meant to use these together to co-create. All right, but for right now, I'm getting that there is someone who you may not know in the physical realm, but they've they're interested in you. They have this curiosity about you. You may come off very mysterious. Something maybe they're not super familiar with. Maybe they've never really dated anybody like you. I feel like there is this like unknown, unfamiliar vibe about you. And I feel like this is also representing like a secret admirer. Okay, I feel like there's some sort of secret admirer here. Okay, I'm like just checking in to see if that's where this is going. I feel like it's as a result of you completing that past karmic cycle, okay, and you elevating. This is like the card of integrating all the things and coming together and reaching like a high level of expertise. So I feel like you're being seen in the limelight in some way, shape, or form of having this elevation of abilities. Okay, so I feel like there's something about like your abilities that really stand out to whoever this is. And I feel like they stand out because they also have them, or they're interested in them, or they want to develop them, or there's something to that effect. I feel like they too are working on themselves as well as developing their own abilities, is what I'm getting. I feel like they too are working on their abilities. They use their abilities, they apply and integrate these. So I feel like this is kind of like coming into your energy with the World card. What else do you want to say about the World card? I feel like things are going to come together. I feel like if there is this like secrecy going on right now, I feel like that is coming to an end soon, and you will know who this person is soon. Okay, I do have the King of Wands. Okay, fire sign energy. The Emperor is a fire sign as well. It's representing Aries. So this is someone who takes action, is very motivated. They may be very like charismatic. They may be very well known. They may stay hidden for a reason. Okay, maybe they want to get to know people and have them know who they are as a person above and beyond maybe their persona or how people associate to them. I feel like there's a reason why this is hidden, and it might have something to do with things just playing out here, but we're going to get more information. So fire sign energy, King of Wands, confirmation that it is this Emperor and Knight of Cups. Okay. And the King of Pentacles is representing whoever I'm reading for as the entrepreneur. Okay, you have a business of some kind where you help people heal. All right, and I feel like that's in the environment. That is what's being observed. You might be putting this out for others to see. I feel like you do keep things to yourself though. So it's kind of like people have this curiosity about like, what else are you doing? What else do you do? Like, what's going on? I feel like there's just like, what's going on? Okay, so that's fascinating. Okay. And so, you know, switch and flip the roles, you know, masculine, feminine, okay? Because I'm really just focusing on the energy, you know, and the King of Pentacles, you know, this really talks about like, yeah, you starting something, okay, that you had to heal from, and you created some sort of business out of this, okay? And I feel like it may not be where, I feel like there could have been like some things holding you back from developing this further. I feel like that is coming to an end as the karmic cycle comes to an end. You are blessed and supported and moving towards your path and journey. Okay, so there's no stopping you. There's nothing to stop you except for you. Okay, you are destined for greatness. Okay, you are meant to connect with this energy. Okay, I feel like right now there could be a bit of, you know, secret admirer energy going on here, but eventually this will come into the physical. Okay, King of Wands energy, so very motivating, inspirational type energy. Okay, there also could be you know, this could be an energy that's very like established or very like, you know, passionate about their life and about what they stand for. I feel like this is an energy that like will definitely stand up for a cause. So I feel like that might be where you have common ground, is that you're both standing up for a cause. And I feel like you're working on the same cause with this Earth Angel energy, the Temperance. Again, Nine of Pentacles. So you're being represented as someone who has a lot of experience, someone who is abundant in their own right, very independent, stable, secure, someone who is very worthy. Okay, so I feel like I said earlier, like you're being respected in whatever industry, practice, situation you're in. Okay, so I feel like that's being observed. I feel like there is this potential. Okay, this is all potential. Tarot readings are potential or possibilities. It's still up to the individuals to make their own decisions and use their free will choice to decide. But I feel like you're being guided to possibly move in a new direction, maybe even when it comes to your business, or you might be moving for an opportunity to grow something, develop something, expand something. So this very much could be you moving in a new direction. And it might be as a result of the energy. This could represent a creative spark too that you gain, which takes you and the direction you're currently in to somewhere new. Okay, so if you're not interested in partnering with anybody, then take this as like you're receiving, you know, some sort of divine guidance and direction and spark and download to kind of maybe, you know, move quietly but in this direction. Okay, and then I have the Hierophant. So I feel like this is divinely guided. Okay, whatever is coming in for you that might require you to make a change is divinely guided. It's like protection. Like we're moving out of this rough water and we're moving over here where it's calm and safe. Okay, so I feel like also this King of Wands could be coming in, or Queen of Wands, however you want to take it. I feel like it's a king and a feminine. But again, like what I said about the roles, you know, flip them and switch them. But I feel like somebody's coming in to take you to kind of like redirect you in some way. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to. And then I have the Moon card, the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like this is you. This is like you tapping into your psychic intuition and knowing that this is on the horizon coming in for you. I feel like I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. All right. I also feel like there was a lot going on behind the scenes that maybe because of your light, because of what dark energies you've been surrounded by that do nothing but try to feed off of your light, you're being redirected and moved to a new location, whether that's job related, relationship related, or a physical relocation or move. It's divinely guided. Okay, so this is you also, you know, being moved to safety in some way, shape, or form. And then I have the Seven of Wands. So I feel like not that you need to be moved to safety. You're more than well equipped to stand up for your beliefs and have strong boundaries. You've already overcome quite a bit. I feel like, you know, now it's time to kind of, again, like Temperance, like just being a peace, like protecting your peace. All right. So, all right. I do have the the Empress has been very busy, like behind the scenes, creating all kinds of things, watering her garden, planting new seeds, like cultivating and manifesting. Okay, so I feel like there's been a lot of self-investment, self-development, self-growth. All right, and as a result of all the things that have been worked on, there's this new beginning coming in. All right, and that is what the divine is bringing in via this redirection, okay? And possibly inspired ideas, inspired action even. So I feel like this is so it's kind of like be patient while this all comes together, okay? So there's a lot of moving parts is what I'm getting, especially with the Chariot here. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of moving parts. Okay, so it's like, in order for this new beginning to happen, this new opportunity, this new outlook, like you taking that leap of faith and going for it, having the grit and the will, which is the Chariot, like there's a lot of moving parts. And so we don't want to move ahead before it's time. So I feel like this is you taming your inner beast. Okay. There is a lot of work to be done in the sense of like where you're going and what you're being asked to do. I feel like it's important, and the details matter, and whether you know all the details or not is really not that important, but that you surrender it so that things can play out in your favor. So it's kind of like trust the process, trust where you're being led. You are divinely guided by spirit. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of compassion. You have a lot of patience. You have a lot of mercy and forgiveness. You're in that, like, that's your vibration. And so, yeah, you will be sharing this, you know, far and wide is what I'm getting looking at this card. Okay, you have this optimism. You have this, like, amazing innocence and carefreeness and playfulness, like your inner child. You're so tapped into your inner child, and it's like your playfulness, your likeness. You're meant to share this, okay? And you are able to connect with others on a level that most people can't. And so you're able to hold space for them so that they can come in and let their guards down and tame their own inner beast, okay? So that is a level that you bring to the table. And I feel like in order to do your work, you cannot remain in one place. And so you might be called to kind of like travel to share the wisdom and knowledge and the love that you so care for and for others. I do feel like there is going to be this acknowledgement, this celebration, this recognition as well. Like this is harmony, this is a union, this is you celebrating your life with someone who is going to show up for you, with someone who is going to be an equal part for you. Okay, I feel like the two of you are going to be doing this, not just you in some way, shape, or form. So you might be going on some adventures. Okay, I'm also getting like this is also recognizing what it took to get here, because the Four of Wands is like the cumulative effect of what's already transpired, which is, you know, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands. So there's been a lot of planning, there's been a lot of decisions, there's been a lot of inspired action. There's been this creative spark, there's been this like download for this to kind of come together. So this is like celebrating like everything coming together. Okay, and it took a lot of hard work. It will take a lot of hard work. It'll take a lot of overcoming challenges too that maybe you don't necessarily see out of the gate. So I feel like that's why it's important to be patient, because we don't want to create extra obstacles that are not needed when things can be aligned for you by the divine, so that there is less resistance or control. So that's why I kept getting like trust the process. Okay, let things unfold the way they're meant to unfold. And when it's time to move, you will know. And then here's the Magician that is going with the High Priestess, because these are the two that are coming together. Okay, so this is, you know, the yin and yang. This is, you know, the conscious awareness and the unconscious awareness coming together as one. Okay, and creating and manifesting. Okay, and being able to tap into, you know, the mind, the body, the soul, the heart, like all four, right? We have all elements present. And then we have the ether, which is all five, which would, you know, ultimately would be the pentagram. So this is, again, like tapping into that esoteric knowledge and wisdom and, you know, applying it in your own lives, but then also sharing it with others for their highest and greatest good. And this is you having access to the spirit realm and working together as one unit, okay? So some of you could be coming into union with a soulmate, a twin flame as well, or just, you know, like a divine counterpart, okay? But I would say, you know, from a magician and high priestess perspective, this is extremely, I feel like these are masters, okay, that have reincarnated here in the physical realm to help humanity. And I feel like they've been here many times, okay? So I don't know if that hits for anybody, but might not be for everyone. But if it hits for you, then I would let it resonate for you, okay? And this also is like working with the masters, the divine masters, okay? The archangels, those that, you know, have the experience, the wisdom and knowledge that you have learned how to tap into and bring into the physical realm. Okay, so you're working with this knowledge and creating it into the physical. That's what the magician does. It's like also like testing out theories and having energy to practice with and all of that. It's almost like the student becomes the master, okay? Through practice, okay? Through integration, through transformation. Yeah, and again, like the temperance is kind of like working with what you have and seeing what you can create with it. I feel like that's our existence. Like we incarnate here, there are certain things that we have experience in because we've been here before. It's like, how do we use our experiences to learn from and create something with? I feel like that's kind of also what's transpiring here. I feel like there's also been a lot of progress made with the Nine of Pentacles, because then we also have the Ten of Pentacles over here. So I feel like you're on your way to establishing the stability and security, this financial liberation. I feel like there's this freedom in here, okay? Maybe not even just for you, maybe even those that come after you. I feel like you also, through dealing and healing, also through your own healing practices, you've been able to liberate those that came before you that might have karmic energy that was unresolved or unhealed and not closed out. So through you, that's being closed out, okay, as well. Therefore, freeing like your ancestral line through healing these karmic cycles, okay? Because I do have the Four of Swords, and that's what is next. Is the ability to kind of clear this out. I feel like there could be energy that they want you to know has also done their healing, okay? I feel like they may have gone through some sort of lessons to expand and develop their own emotional intelligence, maturity with the Knight of Cups. So I feel like they're recognizing that, you know, this individual that you're partnering up with has also done their healing work, okay? Nobody's perfect. We're not saying anyone's perfect, but someone certainly has done their healing work. Then we have the Queen of Wands. Is this their karmic? Okay, so yeah, they too are healing from karmic energy, okay? I feel like they were dealing with someone who manipulated energy, and maybe even them, to the point where they had to heal from betrayal, deceit, and heartbreak, okay? So I feel like maybe somebody played with their heart and their heart got broken, and as a result, they've been on their healing journey too. Okay. This could be a loss of somebody, someone no longer having a physical experience anymore with the World card. So this energy could have actually like maybe there could be a loss of someone, meaning death, that might have happened. And as a result, like when you lose somebody that you love, like the grief is, you know, a lot. And so maybe for a while they didn't really deal with the grief and the loss, and they might have been, you know, in their player energy, but I feel like it led them to nowhere fast. And as a result, it was also like a catalyst for their healing journey. Okay. To some extent. All right. So I feel like, yeah. So I feel like they've experienced enough to know what they want and what they don't want. Okay. I feel like they're an enlightened soul. Okay. Yeah. And again, like they felt and experienced abandonment wounds. And as a result of these abandonment wounds, it triggered their healing journey. Okay. So they may have felt like left out, or maybe they were put in competition and not chosen, or whatever that might be. But there's that enlightenment. Okay. So I feel like they've, you know, moved on from this. They've been enlightened as to what needed healing, and they did the healing. Okay. This energy I'm picking up on. And again, like you very much could be mirroring each other. So you could have some very similar circumstances in your dynamics, whether you know this yet or not. All right, so we have the Hermit. Hermit is really saying like spiritual awareness and understanding of why everything's kind of played out the way it's played out up until this point. And I feel like they too are a light worker, okay? And they very much may be someone who kind of keeps to themselves, right? They also prefer someone to keep to themselves too, I think, to some degree. Like, I don't know. I think that they're like they're humbling. They're like a humbled soul. I keep hearing humble. Three of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they too are moving on from heartbreak, betrayal, deception, possibly, maybe even being put into a third party. That's what this Four of Swords is. You know, they may have, you know, operated from a place of, you know, feeling like not enough, right? Or some sort of lack or loss. But I would say, you know, they were enlightened to the fact of why whatever situation they've been really healing from, why it was necessary, because I feel like it was as a result of them losing someone dear to them, okay? As a result of abandonment, and maybe there could be some third party energy here that also they might have had to deal with and heal from too. Or this can be abandonment showing up in a couple different ways. Yeah, they received, you know, the call to kind of like take a step back and let's look and see why this is playing out here. Why did you have this experience? Oh, the enlightenment. Oh, the aha. This is why. The abandonment. As a result of maybe losing someone dear and never really working on it and healing it, instead of just like going out there and getting the attention versus doing the inner work. So I feel like there's been some sort of like inner work that's been done here that was divinely guided, and sometimes we need a catalyst event to get us to take that step back and do that introspection. Okay. All right, so tell me more, tell me more. All right, so then we have the Star. Star of the show, who would it be? And then the Sun. Yeah, and then it's also like the healer attracts those that need healing. And being able to discern, you know, and understand that, like, you know, it's like, I keep hearing the reference, or seeing the reference, that like you have this bright light, and so bright lights attract the moths. So I feel like they do too. Okay. I feel like They may get a lot of attention, maybe not necessarily wanted attention. I'm also getting, you know, they have this vitality, this vibrance about them. I feel like this also could be you. I do feel with the star and the sun, like this is really highlighting, you know, how much of your energy is needed in this reality. Okay, so it's like you came from the stars, okay, and you're here working for the divine. Okay, you're like God's child here, and they could be too. So I feel like it's almost like you're meant to help one another from whatever's trying to come at you with the Five of Wands. I feel like there's been attempts to stop this development. I feel like, you know, the healer needs healing, right, in order to understand how it works. So it's almost like you had to experience things that you would be called to heal from, to heal yourself, and for you to understand, like, no one else can heal you but you, okay? And you do have this beautiful infinite energy that you can use to heal yourself. So I feel like there's also that temperance playing out here about you tapping into this beautiful energy and healing yourself. And I'm also getting like this is meant to also be done at on a grand scale too. So again, another reason why you're meant to kind of like spread your light, right? Because the sun like exposes and spreads it everywhere. It is what creates growth and development in life, right? The prana. So again, how important it is that, you know, you continue to bring life to the situation. You're somebody who is very lively, okay? Very abundant divine energy here. Then we have the Death cards. This really talks about like there is this ascension that's happening that you're meant to participate in to bring this love, this light to the party, okay? Because this is like, again, the ego death energy. This is that ascension and choosing a higher vibration and kind of like eclipsing, all right, a little bit what you might have been tied to in the past, which is like this karmic energy and maybe even this dimension, and you know, choosing another dimension, choosing to ascend, choosing to leave things behind and transition and move on, okay? You might be someone who helps people do this. So like an ascension guide of some kind. It's almost like you're meant to be the bridge, okay? It's like you're this healer, you're this star energy that is almost like the bridge to, you know, the ascension process and the awakening process, and helping people who may not have all the knowing. You're able to share the knowing, okay? Because one, you've done it yourself, so now you know what it's like to experience. And because you have compassion and empathy, right, with this Page of Cups, people will relate to you. People will understand, like, well, you know, she's been through the exact same thing I've been, and, you know, she's flourishing now. How did she do that? How did he do that? I feel like that's what you bring to the table. You can connect with people on a very deep level, emotionally, innocently, kindly, and offer assistance, okay? It's up to them to work on this inner child healing that is very prominently keeping them stuck and stagnant in this 3D reality. It's trauma-based. It's our pain and suffering that we hold on to forever. And it's like you're going to help people kind of move past the heartache, the pain, the trauma, and bring love to the situation, okay? Lots of love. It's like bringing love to the situation. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Like you're someone who's stable, secure, independent, very worthy, very much experienced. I feel like you literally can create anything that you want to create. This could be masculine or feminine. I would just say this is very like strong, stable energy. I feel like you're a strong resource. You're very resourceful. If you don't know it, you'll find out what it is and you'll share it. And you'll make sure that, you know, you check in with your spirit team, because they're ride or die. I feel like you ride with spirit, right? Like spirit's on your shoulder. Okay. So it's almost like if you were in a village or a small community, you know, you would have all the tools and the know-how to concoct and create and solve and heal whatever that is. Okay. What did I get? I just got 3 cards. I feel like your ability to move forward, okay, is something that is extremely protected. All right. I feel like with the 2 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, you've made a decision to leave the past behind and move forward. And, you know, you have strong boundaries, okay? And because you have strong boundaries, okay, and if something doesn't align with your, I guess, passion or purpose, okay, or your beliefs, I mean, you stand up for what you believe in, okay, regardless of whether other people believe in it or not. You have this goal, you have this mission, you have this task, you have this purpose, and you're not letting anybody get in the way of it. In fact, you have a lot of protection. You've overcome quite a bit. And I feel like it's only, you know, it's almost like it's only just begun. You're very equipped too. Like, she's got a shield, she's got the wand, she's got a sword in her belt. Like, you can defend and protect yourself. You have all rights to defend and protect yourself. But you do not inflict pain on other people, because that is not how you are. And you simply will remove yourself from the energy if you feel like your purpose, your energy is threatened. You cut them off and you block them and you remove them from your energy. And I feel like this is approved. Okay, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to protect your energy. You're allowed to defend your ground and stand your ground. You're allowed to have boundaries with people. You're allowed to, you know, excommunicate with people if you need to. Here's the thing. You may not always see what's going on, but you have this knowing, okay? And you may even have like clairvoyant abilities to see things, to know things, to tap into things in order for you to defend and protect yourself and your honor. So if people are removed from your life, there's a reason, and you are guided to remove them, okay? So there's also that. And then to back it up, you're very much protected by the divine, okay? So you receive truth, you receive clarity, you receive divine guidance, okay? Like, there's nothing that isn't shown to you, okay? You do have it's like you have access to the higher realms for information. Words are information. They are knowledge, thoughts, beliefs, subconscious, communication. You have direct communication abilities. You have channeling abilities. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. You receive information from the Most High. And that is so that you can move accordingly. Okay? And kind of like, you know, sideswipe that. 5 of Wands. What's this? Yeah, Justice. I feel like, you know, whatever was, you know, if you needed to defend, protect, block, remove people from your energy, okay, from the past, I feel like that was just, okay, look, that was just, okay, because they were coming after you. Maybe they didn't understand all the reasons why they were coming after you, but your light irritates their demons, okay? And so sometimes it's about that. Sometimes it's just about, like, maybe their purpose was to teach you. And I feel like you learned what you needed to learn. And the fact that they keep trying is a them problem, not a you problem, okay? So you keep it moving and you let the universe handle the situation, which you wisely did. You removed yourself energetically and you let the universe handle the situation with the Ace of Swords and the Justice, all right? So the divine intervened on your behalf and made a call okay? And divine favor is playing out at this time. Balance is being restored. There, you know, you deserve the love, okay? You deserve the love. You operate from a place of love. And as a result, you did not take action towards any of these individuals or energies from the past. All you did was stand your ground, okay? Because the divine asked you to be of service and you said yes. And you're doing your work. And so you're doing the divine's work. All right. So yes, they're going to protect you and make sure that you can continue doing your work. And because you did not retaliate, you just stood your ground and protected yourself and defended the causes that you are being asked to stand up for. There is, you know, justice playing out. Okay. The divine has your back. So yeah, there's been some sort of like, there's some sort of bias here that, or lack of bias, right? There's some sort of fairness playing out here. Oops, I feel like I put these in the wrong spot. I did. Okay, yeah, this is because like you operated from the frequency of love. And you have every right to defend yourself energetically, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever it is. And you had every right, and the divine decided in your favor. They ruled in your favor. 8 of Cups. You were granted access to move away from the situation as it relates to the contract was unfulfilled. So there was a contract that was violated. Okay, there were spiritual laws broken. And as a result of breaking universal and spiritual laws, there is cause and effect. And as a result, you were forced to leave a situation unjustly. Okay, we do have the 2 of Cups. What was decided as fair and just is that you do receive the partnership that you were promised as part of your incarnation in this lifetime. And it's a divine partnership as well with the Sun card. I feel like this is that new energy that's coming in for you. As a result of you not settling for less than, and you standing up for what you believe in and standing up for your value as well. And being in the vibration of love, okay? 8 of Swords. Yeah, you left a romantic dynamic where someone wanted to keep you stuck and stagnant and unable to see your own worth and value, and maybe even affect your mental health. Or this dynamic did affect your mental health because of how this energy might have acted towards you. I feel like there was a lot that you needed to defend yourself from. They may have involved others to come against you and spiritually attack you with the swords, okay? Maybe to even unalive yourself. But I feel like Spirit saw it all and reported it back. And as a result, justice is playing out here. I feel like injustice is coming swiftly, okay? Justice is coming swiftly. I feel like there was a lot of lies on your name, a lot of slander on your name. I feel like they lied and said that you were unstable, you were mentally incapable. There's some sort of like mental illness here, okay? Depression as well. 10 of Swords. Yeah. I feel like that's what's coming for the energies that came against you is the 10 of Swords. Okay. I feel like there is this ego death that's going to be playing out for those that stabbed you in the back over and over and over again. It wasn't like a one-time thing. It was consistent 8 times. Another 8, okay? By multiple people, multiple times, okay? while you were alone by yourself. So it took multiple people to come after you and spiritually attack you to try to take you out and stop you. Okay? This is the cumulative effect of their efforts towards you. Okay? They wanted you outed. And they worked as a team to do it. They worked with others to do it. So I feel like if they think there's no evidence or proof of what was done, I don't think that there needs to be proof or evidence in the spiritual realm, because they see everything. I feel like you see this as a blessing. Okay, I do have a King of Swords. I feel like somebody has a lot to say about the situation. Who's this King of Swords? Okay, so the King of Swords is this energy that thinks that they know everything, okay? They like to tell everybody their thoughts, okay? But just keep in mind on what's feeding their thoughts here. I would say that there is some demonic attachments here that are feeding this energy and manipulating this energy. Okay, Knight of Swords, Five of Swords, King of Swords. All right, so, you know, I would say there was a lot of work done behind the scenes. Okay, this person is kind of like doesn't care what they say or how they say it and how it affects other people. I feel like, you know, they came against, a few people to the point where these people felt so defeated that they had to put their swords down. And yet this person, this energy keeps going and has their swords in the upright, still wanting to attack, still wanting to win at all costs, still going above and beyond to try to lie, slander, defame, abuse. There's a lot of, I'm getting like domestic abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse here. And even sometimes, depending on how bad the rage gets, physical abuse. All right. And I feel like this person pretends to be the nice guy, but at the end of the day, they're not. It's a front. Okay. Because this is who you're truly dealing with. All right. So there's that. I feel like this person with the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, this also can represent like an authority, someone holding someone accountable for the action taken against you. This could be legal ramifications, either in the spiritual realm or the physical realm. I'm also getting, I feel like this could be a boss. This could be them also being held accountable for things that they've said and done at work. So I feel like there is some sort of like something playing out here, okay, for this energy. I'm also getting like there was this whole effort to kind of like tell their narrative, okay, because they couldn't handle the truth, the actual truth. So they spun the narrative to be in their favor. And I feel like they also could be doing things that they shouldn't be doing behind the scenes as well. I feel like this Knight of Swords could be getting contract. Like I feel like they entered into a contract and didn't really understand what they were getting themselves into. It's almost like they wrote a check that their ass cannot cash. And I feel like there is someone of authority that's coming in to collect. I'm also getting that. So the Knight of Swords can represent also like documents being received or messages being received or sent, or finding out information about somebody who pretends to be on the upright, right? Someone who's of honor and integrity, but the truth that's being revealed here is that they're not. They do all kinds of things behind the scenes that maybe people aren't aware of unless they experience it with them directly and are affected directly. So I feel like there's a pattern here that obviously this energy is not going to tell on themselves. Okay, so I'm getting like narcissistic abuse, narcissistic affliction. I keep getting like this energy continues to hurt others, okay, because they're hurt. And it's like really, there's addictions here too. So I'm getting like there's a lot of attachment here. This is what you're moving past. I keep getting burps and hiccups. Yeah, and then here's that awakening. Here's that, like, everything's like, this is their downfall, okay? I feel like whatever notice, information, communications coming out, it's about someone's downfall, okay? I feel like whatever is going on in their reality, it's coming to a crashing halt, okay? I feel like there is like messages, there's receipts, there's some sort of information that might, you know, bring this person's energy to some sort of like everything that is in their existence is falling apart. I think it's all as a result of like false pride, and they're receiving like, there's some sort of truth and shock. Okay, there's some sort of like, I'm getting with the swords, like this person's mask is falling off, okay? Everybody is seeing who they truly are. And it's this energy here. This is like a demonic attachment to a person, okay? So I feel like this person, the mask is falling off. There's a lot of burdens here. I feel like this person is heavily burdened with whatever is coming out about them. I feel like whatever is being exploded into a gazillion pieces is really going to burden somebody. I feel like there's an unexpected event, maybe from the collective or whoever this energy surrounds themselves with. I feel like everybody's talking about it with the Knight of Swords. Okay? I feel like there's a lot of truth being revealed here by someone who's speaking the truth. That's air sign. Someone who is very authentic. Someone who is consistent. Yeah, and then I have the devil coming flying out. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is spiritual warfare. This is what's playing out in the spiritual realm. This person, this past energy here, they're being exposed, okay, for their toxic attachments. Maybe there's some addictions here that are coming out to be exposed. I'm also getting like giving into temptation and having no self-control and a lot of addictions, whether it be like sex, money, substances, drinking. Okay, I feel like through all these substances, through all these like energetic holes in their aura, I feel like they invited this in, or they may have been doing practices that invited this attachment in. I feel like there's manipulation here. All right, I feel like someone was I'm getting like through temptation, someone, okay, this energy, I feel like that's also what's coming out, is this exposure about this energy here and what they did behind the scenes to win at all costs, okay, and maybe lied about what they were doing, okay. I feel like there is something that has to do with lust. I feel like there is some sort of like, you know, maybe they lied about cheating. Maybe they lied about having a sexual addiction. Maybe they lied about having issues with substances. I feel like whatever this is being exposed. And there's talk about it right now with the Knight of Swords. And it's about this King of Swords who pretends to have integrity and ethics, but they don't. In fact, they're very like bitter. They're very like abusive, sharp, oppressive, very cutting. I don't feel like they're very passive aggressive, okay? I'm getting with the devil here and this Ace of Swords, which was over here, and these were over here. I would say that this, what I'm getting off of this card is that there's this like, yeah, just a lot of immoral and unethical behavior playing out here that you had to defend yourself from, because they were tapping into energies and sending it your way, okay? And so you had every right to defend yourself and protect yourself from this. They conjured up like energies and sent them your way. Just because you wanted to go on your spiritual path, they thought it would be smart to attack you over and over and over again, and then involve others to do it with them. So there is something major playing out here, and it's not pretty. Okay, they're definitely gonna reap what they have sown. Okay. Okay, there's the group. All right, there's this drama, there's this like chaos. Okay, the devil operates in chaos, confusion. All right, doing things that are immoral and unethical. Okay, I feel like the devil is manipulating this whole group. Okay, they fell for it. They've been falling for it. Okay, and they're all going to fall for it. All right, so that is the justice that's playing out here. And I feel like they have no direction in life. They have no purpose. And so they're easily manipulated and controlled. Okay, I feel like that is also what this energy looks for, is those that have no direction or purpose or idea of how any of this works. I feel like they're all going to learn a very difficult, hard lesson. Because with the Five of Wands, like you can see the difference here. Like the Six of Wands, the support is united, okay? Like all the wands are in the upright and almost in the same position. And there is authority, there is recognition of working together for a common goal. Like this here, the Five of Wands, which is what this energy is and is surrounded by, has no organization, has no alignment, doesn't know what direction they're going in. They're clueless. They're running around with like their heads cut off like chickens. Okay, so that might be significant for some of you if they were doing magic with chickens and blood, maybe blood magic. But again, like see the difference. Like some of you is like are being recognized as someone who has the support, has the alignment, you know, is working towards a common goal and has achieved it. Like they're going nowhere fast. All they're doing is running around in circles, hitting each other with these wands because they're in competition with one another. Instead of recognizing each other for their strengths and the things that they've overcome in life, they're too busy in competition with one another to try to win at all costs. All right, so it's toxic. It's absolute toxicity. Okay, and absolutely fueled by this energy, the devil. All right, so yeah, you know, the devil's going to keep them running around in circles and doing their dirty work. Okay, meanwhile, you've got a whole team supporting you and you're all working towards a common goal. Like, they don't have goals. They are going to continue to do the fuck shit because that's all they know. And they're not searching for any alignment or belonging or common goal. Like, there's no purpose. They're just existing. They're just existing in very low vibration. Okay, and here's the thing, like we've all kind of been there, right? We've all done our things here on earth in this lifetime or the past, and I feel like it's now time to wake up. And I feel like the divine is here and is going to wake up this group and this toxic masculine energy that thought that they could do what they did. Okay, and that is why justice is here. Justice also serves mercy, and sometimes the best way to understand, you know, what is controlling and manipulating you through fear, you know, and lack of direction in life is these epiphanies, is these awakenings, is these difficult experiences in life so that you choose to grow and expand. Okay. and to learn something and to create something new, to do something different than maybe how you've done it before. It's like applying what you've learned, okay? So I feel like there's a lesson playing out here, and it's a big ass lesson. And it's bittersweet. Like that sword, it cuts, and it cuts deep, all right? And so, yeah, there's going to be pain and suffering as a result of this lesson, but sometimes that's how we learn the lesson, is because there's pain associated to it. They didn't care whether they inflicted pain on you, right? So I feel like, you know, yeah, look at Judgment. Yeah, they very much could be heading towards an ego death and a spiritual awakening themselves, which hopefully this experience is a catalyst for their growth and development, to come aligned with purpose, to see something that is greater than themselves. Okay, because right now all they're doing is competing with one another, because that's how they feel like they need to succeed, and that provides value and worth for them. It doesn't. All you're doing is fighting and creating more trauma, more pain, more suffering. We need to end the suffering. Yeah, we want to end the suffering. Okay, there's been enough suffering. There's been enough pain. So they are going to experience what it's like to lose things that they feel very dear about, and to feel that almost betrayal, and how they betrayed themselves in the situation, and how maybe they were led towards a path of destruction. But there's always something that is unseen or unknown in the background, and that is that, like, you can start over. You can always start over. And I feel like there is a blessing in disguise here as well. Okay? I feel like there could be some remorse, there could be some regret that's going to be experienced here, because sometimes those deep emotions are the best teachers, okay? And again, like it's for the purpose of them reflecting. It's the purpose of, like, why would I do this to somebody else? Like, what's happened in my life that would make me want to go and target somebody specifically and try to ruin them? Like, what is it within you? Okay, what pain and suffering have you experienced in your life that would want you to take someone else down and create pain and suffering for them? I feel like this is kind of the energy that the divine is going to leverage to help this group come into alignment, to see that they did this to themselves, okay? It's like, if you're going to do this to other people, you're now going to experience what it's like with what you did to that person or that group. You're now going to experience what they experienced for yourself. Again, toxic friend group, toxic family, toxic coworkers, toxic third-party energy. 3 of Cups in the reverse. So again, like, this is a group, this is a party group, okay? 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups. I feel like someone very much could be experiencing some sort of, you know, emotional rejection from maybe a group or a third-party energy. I feel like there's this recognition of someone left a soul mate union for a third party, a toxic third party, karmic third party energy here. Okay? I feel like there's maybe a bit of regret, but maybe the regret is coming from a place of, like, I didn't win. Okay? It's like they're having a hard time accepting the inevitable as well as the loss. I feel like this is a bit of, I feel like there's a lot of, like, also substance abuse going on here as well. So I feel like somebody very much could need some sort of, like, rehab or therapy or something to that effect. 8 of Pentacles. Let me talk about this 8 of Pentacles for a second. Give me a clarifier for that. Yeah, okay. So the clarifier here is a Queen of Swords in reverse, who is this third party energy, who thought it would be wise to spell cast against a high priestess, to manipulate, control, defame, okay, due to their own insecurities. Okay, they're envious, they're jealous. They have their own issues with their own self-worth that they project onto other people for the sake of control and manipulation, okay? So above the masculine here that I was picking up on, there's this karmic feminine here that has been manipulating this group for quite some time and been doing a lot of work behind the scenes to spellcast. I feel like there is this exposure happening as well for this karmic energies. I feel like they may have even worked in like a coven, a group, okay, to come against you if you are someone who has some sort of platform. I feel like, you know, they're coming against God after, you know, they're coming against God if they're coming after you, okay? I feel like this Queen of Swords tells a lot of lies, stirs the pot, creates a lot of drama, plays people against one another for confusion, manipulation, control tactics. I feel like they're heavily working with this energy or conjuring up this energy. I feel like, again, like there's some sort of manipulation of this group. And I feel like this also, yeah, and then I have the Seven of Swords. So this is describing this Queen of Swords in reverse. So this is your narcissistic female, okay? Where we had a King of Swords, which was representing a narcissistic masculine. So take it how it might resonate, switch the roles if you need to switch the roles, but they're both present here in the reading. I feel like, yeah, they don't give a shit. They don't care about the trauma, the pain, the suffering, the massacre that they leave behind. They just run to the next. I feel like they're constantly creating chaos, pain, and suffering. And I feel like it's leading them straight to their own demise. They just don't see it yet. Or they're starting to see it. Maybe it's starting to unravel. I feel like, you know, they're still armed. They're still doing it. Even though all the things that they have done already are actually stabbing them in the back. It also could be people, energies around them that are talking about them, exposing them, and showing them, maybe telling them one thing but doing another. I feel like this energy is being stabbed in the back by their own thoughts or projections. It's leading them straight to the Ten of Swords. So, I mean, they're already receiving what they've projected out, is what I'm getting. Yeah, and then I have a Knight of Wands in the reverse. So, yeah, this is this player. This is this... I feel like they're both players. I feel like they both entertain people on the side. It's not just the masculine. It's not just the feminine. Again, like, it could be both in this scenario. But I would say... this is, you know, again, like a bit of that demise. I feel like somebody was lying about being a player behind the scenes and trying to get away with it and, you know, telling a bunch of lies and being that snake in the grass. Okay, this energy kept up this facade that, you know, they don't cheat, they don't play around. But the fact of the matter is that they did, and they do. And it's all coming to light. Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, Knight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, it's all coming to light. The truth is being exposed. Karma is being experienced at this time. That's what this Tower is. If they're curious what's going on or what's going to happen, it's karma. Karma is playing out here for the players. Okay, feminine and masculines. I feel like they're still holding on to everything from the past. Like, I don't feel like they've processed much that they've experienced in their lifetime. And as a result, like, they're carrying all this heavy weight And at some point, you need to put the rocks down and kind of look at yourself in the mirror and do that self-reflection. I feel like that's what's going to happen, is there's going to be this honest self-evaluation that's needed here. Again, Two of Pentacles, juggling energy, okay? It's almost like something's got to give, right? Like, you can't keep this up, okay? It's like all you're doing is just destroying things, okay? Like you're destroying your life is what I'm getting, okay? I'm also getting like this could represent like there could be some like sexually transmitted diseases as part of the karma with the Knight of Wands in reverse. Or there's something that's transpired where they're having to juggle something as a result of the Knight of Wands being that player energy, or it could be the feminine being the player here. I would take it how it might resonate. I'm reading energy here, but I feel like there's juggling here. So it's almost like if this player lied about juggling you in the past, I feel like that's being exposed, and as a result, like part of their karma is to be juggled. All right, is also what I'm getting. So if you're seeing, couples who, have a very tumultuous relationship, and you're hearing about the fact that like one of them is now being cheated on, it's most likely as a result of action that they've taken, and it's coming back to them. Okay, what goes up must come down, and what's down must go up. So this is like cause and effect here. All right. So it's almost like if you pay attention, what people are experiencing in their lives can be very telling. Okay. I feel like that's also what the community is talking about with this Knight of Swords. Okay. I am getting a Page of Pentacles here. Something gained or something new here. Something has potential. What's this? Six of Cups. I feel like there's some reminiscing energy here. Someone remembering what it was like in the past. I feel like they wanted to hold on to you and keep you on a shelf to come back to later. I feel like there is this fondness, but keep in mind who you're dealing with. The Devil, okay? So if there's any kind of offer that comes forward from anyone from the past, just know that there's been no healing or transformation as it relates to what energy they are still in. They're still in this toxic energy, okay? So they may want to have like this reconciliation with you, but that is not going to happen. Ace of Wands. Yeah. You're meant to have a passionate new beginning with somebody else. And it's not with this King of Cups in reverse, water sign energy. Someone who's an emotional manipulator. Someone who is purely interested in themselves and what they can gain from the situation. I feel like they wanted to marry you for your money, for your stability, for your appearance, and how you make them look. I feel like they constantly work on where they can get their next source from. They're constantly entertaining multiple sources. You see the change here? I feel like they very much could be, again, like that gaslighter, that love bomber, that energy that is that toxic masculine energy or toxic feminine energy. I feel like they may be assessing their investments at this time. Maybe they're realizing they don't have as much as they thought. They very much could be facing some sort of financial blowback, okay? I'm also getting they are observing you as having gifts, okay, abilities, spiritual abilities, and they see that this could be worth something. And as a result of that, there's this intention to emotionally manipulate you with a new offer, right? Confirming it's a past person, like I miss you, we were so good together, yada, yada, yada. Their interest is specifically financial, what they can gain from you. Okay, so there's this manipulation here. I feel like they may have experienced some sort of rejection from this third party, this toxic third party, or they've been juggled in a third party dynamic themselves. And as a result, like, they're looking for a way out. They're looking for another option. And I feel like you're still on the radar, okay? With this Six of Cups, you're still on the radar for some of you. Yeah, and then I have the Nine of Swords coming on top of the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so I feel like they're a bit disturbed. I'm also getting like they can't handle the rejection. And as a result of the rejection, they've been lashing out. Okay, I feel like they've been, you know, also thinking that you are an energy that could be sacrificed for their benefit. Okay, so it's like they will continue to afflict you with their pain because they haven't done any healing. Okay, they are haunted by, like, their thoughts haunt them. I feel like the thoughts of themselves haunt them because they don't feel like they're worthy enough on their own. And as a result, like, there's some sort of backlash happening here. I feel like there's a lot of like patterns here that you are already aware of. I feel like you're not willing to be sacrificed by this energy again. I feel like they took everything out of you. You barely made it out alive, okay? You're no one's sacrificial lamb, all right? You took your power back and you're no longer someone's sacrificial lamb. You deserve happiness. You deserve joy. You deserve a happy, loving, caring, sweet, loving dynamic, a family dynamic, one that is, you know, heaven sent, okay? They know that this is what you're all about, and you are very deserving. You're the Queen of Cups in the upright, okay? They fell from grace. You were meant to be a pair, but they chose and fell for the temptation, okay? And has continuously fallen for the temptation. They sabotage as a result of them not doing any work on themselves and blaming everybody else for their pain and their suffering. Okay, so there's a lack of accountability here. You have empathy for this, you have compassion for this, but you also know that it's not your problem and it's not your pain to fix. And so you have released this person once and for all. All right, there is some sort of abuse here. There is some sort of affliction here. There is some sort of confusion. I feel like there even could be substance issues, okay? I feel like somebody is doing a lot of drinking, a lot of partying. I feel like there's delusional happening here. Look, 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups. This is delusional. Someone is delusional, okay? Thinking that you would even remotely entertain them whatsoever. You're not interested in any kind of cup they have to offer because you know their cup is deadly. Okay? You do not see them as a wish fulfillment. You do not want to share in anything with them. I feel like they want to offer you something and you're not interested. Okay? Their plans are not going to amount to anything. They have nothing going on for them. They have no forward movement. They are stuck and they're going to have to deal with their issues, whether they like it or not. And you're not getting involved. It's not your problem. They are no longer your issues to fix. You might have been somebody who, because you're so compassionate and empathic that, you know, people play on that. And I feel like you might have overgiven in the past. I feel like you've learned a difficult lesson as well. And that is not to give to people who just take. And for you to hold your cup. And you deserve to drink from that cup and not continue to pour out of your cup into other people's cup. And for them to just continue to not even value what you bring to the table, okay? They thought it would be more wise to abuse you instead. I feel like you're all set with the emotional abuse. and the confusion and the broken promises. You're not interested. You have enough all on your own. You don't need anything that this energy needs to bring. Okay, you're perfectly fine on your own. So I'm getting like there was a bit of like codependency here that, you know, you healed from. Okay, I feel like this energy is still very much codependent. Okay, very much codependent. And so they're very source related. Like what does someone else have that I can take from or I could use for myself? I feel like they're very focused on appearances. They're very focused on like, you know, almost like riding someone else's coattails. Okay. Like their wishes, you know, are very much like some sort of, they're like delusional. I'm getting like delusional, emotionally delusional. Okay. I don't know whether that's mentally delusional, emotionally delusional. I don't fucking care. There's delusion happening here. Yeah. I feel like whatever they've done to try to win at all costs for the sake of greed, for money, I feel like nothing that they've planned this whole entire time has worked in their favor, nor will it. They will never attain what they set out to attain ever. Not with this approach. They're delusional to think that they still have access to you or anything that you do as a gift. They threw that gift away. They lost that gift. Okay? They no longer have sight of this gift. This was a divine blessing for them, but they tossed it away like trash. Okay? They thought everything else was better on the other side. So now they have to live with the decisions and actions that they've taken. All right? So it's like they have to lay in the bed that they chose. It's like, you know, you can't come back around and decide you no longer want that anymore. No, you have to stay there and deal with the consequences of your actions, whether you like it or not. Whether you think you believe you belong there or not, it doesn't matter. Okay? This pattern is coming to an end. Like, this is like, if you look, the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups, like you were a blessing and a gift, you and your family, to this person. And what did they do instead? They decided to sacrifice you for their own sake, for their own personal gain, because they were after money. You don't get a second chance at that. You've lost it. They're going to watch you. They do watch you. They troll you. They spy on you. They have fake accounts. Because they are immature and they have absolutely nothing to show for what they have done. Not a damn thing. Okay? You created something out of nothing. Okay? They can't even create having access to all this. Okay? Because they're too busy drinking it. They're too busy abusing it. They're too busy taking it for granted. All right? They take everything for granted. Nothing's ever enough. Nothing's ever good enough. And it's because they don't feel like they're good enough. Okay? Is this in the reverse? Upright? All right, this is this victim mindset. Like, nothing ever works out for me. You know, nothing I ever do pans out the way I want it to. And, you know, I thought this person was good for me. Come to find out they betrayed me. And it's like, okay, well, what did you do to get that person in the first place? Oh, did you betray someone else to get there? Oh, well, that makes sense then. I feel like there's no accountability. There's no responsibility. This person continues on this path of destruction. And then they wonder why they're in the shitty situations that they're in. They take no accountability for their own actions. And I feel like that's what's playing out here. Four of Cups, all right? Six of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Those are our last cards. So what I'm getting with these last cards, and I'm sorry this reading is so long, so if you need to break it up into multiple parts, please, take your time watching it. It's a lot to take in. And I did use the whole deck, which is really cool. I love doing that. So, yeah, I would say with the Four of Cups, this is really like they are now realizing there could be three of you. So you may have a party of three. This person might have been a party of four, but they missed out, okay? They feel like they've missed out. And there's something better coming in for you, okay, as a result of this not working out. I feel like you are meant to help other people. You are meant to receive the energy that you put out. I feel like you do good even when no one sees it. Like you're that kind-hearted, loving person that when they come across somebody who needs their help, you help them without recognition, without acknowledgement, without money, whatever. Like you don't do it for the sake of some sort of acknowledgement. You do it because it comes from your heart, and that's what you're meant to do here on this earth. This is you being of service. And then I have you're meant to work with others, okay? This is teamwork, okay? And then I also have the Page of Wands, which is you creating magic, okay? This is you, maybe working on some sort of collaboration, something that brings you joy, something that's a passion of yours. I feel like there is this mentorship, there is this help here. I feel like you're here to help others create something new for themselves, maybe transcend what they've already experienced and relieve themselves of that pain and suffering and feeling like they're not enough, and letting them know they are enough. They just need to put the work in, and you can help them to put the work in so that they can create a new reality for themselves with this Page of Wands. So I feel like when people come across you, you leave a mark, okay? You leave an imprint. And sometimes, it's literally you just kind of like flickering your magic stick here, but it definitely, brings some sort of insight, some sort of creative spark, some sort of like aha, some sort of like motivation, okay, to take on challenges, overcome them, and leave them behind to create something new. I'm getting a lot of create new here, okay? So I feel like using your pain and suffering and afflictions to create a new experience, okay? Because we're not only meant to experience the pain and suffering, okay? We're also meant to experience happiness and joy and love and kindness and caring, and anything's possible, all right? So this is you kind of being that like magician in training, and you're meant to help other people. You're meant to help develop other people's skills, maybe even their spiritual abilities. So continue to work as that group. All right. Many of you are meant to work, as a collective. Okay. You're part of a team. You're part of a grander purpose here. And I feel like this is, those that you come across, you do help in a big way. Maybe you don't always recognize how much you actually contribute to those interactions, but I feel like you definitely leave you leave them inspired, you leave them motivated, you leave some sort of creative spark, you leave some sort of like anything is possible energy, which is beautiful. I love that. I love that you do that. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. It was very in-depth and detailed. It's collective. Only take what resonates. There's a lot of parties involved here, but it's a running theme that's playing out here, and I feel like a lot of things are closing out, right? And we're moving on, and we're ascending. We're learning from our experiences, which is the reason why we're in Earth School. Earth School is the most difficult school to experience, okay? So there's a lot of things that we are learning in the process, and I feel like, you're witnessing firsthand how those who came across and came against you are learning, okay? Like you can't, put somebody in the Three of Swords energy and walk away and not experience or learn something from the situation, okay? So I feel like that's playing out on a major scale. We're seeing it in the news. I mean, we're seeing it across multiple areas of our existence, government, world leaders, like, people in our own communities, our own families, people we've had past relationships with. We're seeing it play out on so many different levels. So I want you to be the observer, okay? Observe what's going on around you and see how it might mirror something back to you that is a takeaway for you to kind of reflect on, okay? And I wish you guys nothing but the best, and I'm sending you lots of love. Bye now.